as God. Long story, like I said, this channel could go the whole show, but long story short, what she told me was, what we used to do instead of reincarnate, when we come down, there was younger ones who were here going through reincarnation. We came down here to teach. We used to regenerate ourselves, so we didn't need to reincarnate. We used to regenerate. So we got a channel. There was a the patriarchal system started coming in on the planet, and it started becoming imbalanced. So what we found out was, this has always been about learning. So it's not about stifling it. It's about going as far as it can go, stretching the rubber band as far as it can go, so we don't have to do it again. So in other words, we couldn't stop this patriarchal thing in the form of an argument. We had to let it go where it went. That was the whole point. If this thing or this flaw happened called Earth, we have to come down here and see it all the way through with knowledge. That was the point. So as the patriarchal thing came in, what we found out, the biggest turning point was, we would have to go into the cycles, us as gods, into the cycles of reincarnation, as opposed to us regenerating ourselves. Reincarnation. So 81% of us said, fuck that shit, I'm bouncing. Because that's equivalent to turning it back into a human is equivalent to turning back into a fucking monkey. So the ones that stayed, of course, is us. There's a name called the Sons of Horus, Steve behind for future time. And we started making agreements. In this lifetime, you'll be my mother, you'll be my uncle, you'll be my friend, you'll be this, that. In other words, we started mapping out all our incarnations, our reincarnations. Some women decided to stay with us, and that's the women I named. Priest members, like, already got the channels. See, like my boy Shiru, Ty, my girl Nasira, Tanisha, Lotus, Ebony, in a host load of others. I don't want to, a host load of others made agreements to come back. We made 2 agreements to all be on the planet at the same time as Moors, and in the end time to show up in America. Now the advance of our priesthood, which was us, we was one of the most advanced priesthoods, which was just the priesthood of Tahuti. And I also got to see Elijah Muhammad's priesthood and all who was there. And please believe these little arguments and rivals are by design to make shit happen. So in Elijah Muhammad's priesthood was Malcolm X. So while you think this whole fight and them niggas chill to this day, Malcolm X, Farrakhan was there, Father Allah was there, and Elijah Muhammad spoke very highly of the motherfucking Wu-Tang Clan. I was like, oh shit. You would think if you know. But the Wu-Tang Clan, all gods, I talked to ODB to them niggas are certified, not just the 5%er, very advanced gods. Rakim Allah was in, the R was in Elijah Muhammad. I got to see all of these and ask all these questions based upon Sophia, a great mother. She's a giant. Phyllis Hyman. Now, when I got long, and like I said, I could keep going on. So we agreed to be with Moors, and we agreed to be here in America. So all the gods are here with their original intention in the West. In fact, the last of us came as Moors, and after teaching them how to stand up straight, walk, how to wash in these baths and the chakras and all this shit that the Moors did and did all that fucking, we came in last and started giving them the maps and how to navigate by the stars, because we know we needed to get their presence in America. Now people left them motherfuckers over there. No, we knew the end showdown was in the West. Osiris is the great Westerner, so he must rise back in the West. So we know that the Mayat will be established in the West. The gods must show over here on this land for us to finish off the job. So we are the last ones in the priesthood that showed them how to get over here. And then most of us came over here as the Native Americans to wage a fake war with these motherfuckers to let them win, and so it could become what it has become. She showed me all of this, and maybe for about a week, every acquaintance I knew, I could go back and find out who it is, our true relationship. I was going to Botanica, my girl, I got it on her. I showed her how to do shit in E5 so she could eventually have this store near me and service all my people, service me, and blah, 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 blah. And that's just Phyllis Hyman. Now, I try to walk on stuff fast so you can get the whole shit. T. Freeman L told me, after he passed, first of all, he told me and him knew each other. That, to me, humbled me. I never talked to him, never met him, never even watched much of his work. He said, let me give you one of the meditations that you can get right into the quantum world. If you remember how Eddie Murphy used to mimic Stevie Wonder and move his head in a figure 8, and he used to do it on Saturday Night Live. He said, you go into meditation, you move your head into that infinity side, and you will go directly into the quantum world. It will alter your consciousness, so it's a powerful meditation. He also told me that we are avatars, actually the gods here. We never fell here. So in other words, most of the people here, the Christians, the ones, their soul is actually on earth, sleeping in their bodies. Our souls, these gods, most of these gods here, we actually reflect our light down here. This is an avatar of us. So in other words, we know better than to bring our soul to this place to possibly fall asleep in a body like anybody else.